What's up, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Late Night Podcasts with, I think we got Nathan with us tonight.
Ahoy, mateys. I don't know why I'm here.
And we also have a good friend of ours named Arcane XDD.
AKA Devil David.
AKA Devil David. He's just been kind of quiet, but...
Unless you're the creepy stalker that found him at school.
This might be
I'm just here by accident.
we kind of dragged him into this, and we don't know why. But we don't really know what this series is going to bring, but, we're just kind of...
We gotta have, talking points. That's what we need to do.
Oh,
we need to have talking points every night.
Oh, boy. Yeah. So it's like 2 a.m. right now, and we've been talking for several hours about random crap.
It's 1 a.m. for me.
Oh,
I have central
no
time.
one asked.
Get in our time zone, bro.
Get in our time zone, bro. So
Late.
I guess
I'm gonna regret this decision in the morning.
I'm already regretting this decision, and if you're watching this video right now, I'm thankful for your existence, and I
You
don't
should
know.
post it at 2 in the morning. That's what it needs to happen.
Ooh, yeah, dude, I'll post it tomorrow night at 2 a.m. It'll be great. So anyway, no editing at all.
1 a.m.
Yeah. So I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves listening to us right now. But let's go ahead and go to our first talking point. Nathan, for gaming channels, what is your favorite gaming series?
Gaming series?
Mhm.
Oh, jeez.
Favorite
that's tough.
franchise?
Well, you got your... Well, it's tough because it all depends on what you're looking for. Do you want viewers? Do you want to have fun yourself?
This is all based on your own personal enjoyment of the game.
My personal enjoyment? It's easy to go Pokemon or Legend of Zelda.
Mm.
I
Honestly,
always thought you actually liked Honey Poop.
no. Oh, no. I berate my friends that play Honey Pop.
Yeah.
I actually said Honey Poop. That's how the game should be called, actually.
Oh, Honey Poop.
Honey
I
Poop?
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honey
So let's go with why Zelda? Because Zelda's definitely a big favorite of mine as well. That and Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts, but I don't think you've played the Kingdom Hearts games all the way through before. So why Zelda?
I have not. I've never actually played a Kingdom Heart game.
Oh man, that's a crime to me. Wow.
That's a crime. Dang,
Mhm.
that sucks. I'd have to say Zelda.
So I'm guilty too. I never played one.
Oh man, what's wrong with you guys? You guys need to crawl out from under your rocks and play some Kingdom Hearts, man.
It's cozy under this rock, boy.
Boy, I'm gonna come. Hey, welcome to ASMR with.
Shut up. Get out of here. Get out of here.
All right.
But there's okay. So there's speaking. All right, back to Legend of Zelda.
Mhm.
There is something special about taking on the role of a boy that doesn't talk. So the embodiment of the character is you,
The silent
because he literally
protagonist.
says nothing.
Hmm.
And this entire time, he's not if the character said something else, if Link ever said anything, it'd be like, oh, I wouldn't have said that, and you feel like a little bit separated from the character. But throughout the entire game, you just feel like this strong connection. You're like, you know what? I gotta save these people. Like, you know what? Screw my life. Apparently, I get 3 hearts. Like, whatever. I'm gonna do what I will with them. But I need to save these people. And I don't know. Yeah, I'd say it's just that adventure and the embodiment of the character that you get to play.
That was honestly a really elaborate answer, much more than I was expecting to hear from you tonight. I was like, we're both super tired.
I'm actually really impressed.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
a
thank
little
you.
more. So
What do you think about Tingle?
Oh God. The first time I met Tingle was actually in Wind Waker, because I didn't play Majora's Mask
Ooh,
until
okay.
later on in my
Mhm.
junior year of college, actually.
Yeah.
Which is really late. But I'm like, what? What is this guy's problem? And apparently around the world he's very popular. I didn't know that. I think it's just his weirdness,
Mhm.
maybe. It just attracts
he's
people.
very weird.
Personally, I hate him.
Oh, well, dude, how can you hate Tingle? He makes great maps for the world of Termina, and he was clearly in prison for doing something kind of shady.
Oh yeah.
And you let us
Because
set him free.
he has an ugly face.
And then the man charges you like what 300 something rupees per Triforce chart. What's his deal?
It's a ripoff.
Like, don't you know that we're trying to save the world over here?
He has a monopoly. Are you
Dude,
kidding
you're
me?
right, he's the only map translator in the entire world.
Why is there no laws of that?
There's not enough regulation, man. I mean, how are you supposed to build a government on top of mountains in the ocean? I mean, dude,
Down with Ganondorf.
down with the evil king. We must take him down.
He is a trash ruler. Like, does he not know what competition does? It drives the economy. What kind
Yeah,
of
dude.
economy?
You capitalist pig.
Talking about economics in Zelda games.
Oh my gosh. I mean, like, honestly, like,
He is kind of a ripoff, though. I mean, let's be honest.
Clocktown's probably got a pretty good economy going on. I mean, they got general stores and like potion shops down in the swamp, and they have no competition down in the swamp, so they can charge whatever they want.
Get out of my swamp.
What are you doing in my swamp? And then, honestly, in Clocktown, they got all of it, dude. They got carpentry, they got like game stores. It's a pretty poppin' town
Yeah. They
compared
just
to
leave money laying around if you in hidden place.
yeah. There's that one chest that I always get. It's in like the upper floor of Clocktown.
like
It's 100 rupees.
coins.
Yeah,
It's
100
so
free
good.
rupees every single time. You just hit it twice, you get the adult's wallet, man. That's how you play
Mm-hmm.
the games.
That's how you gotta do.
Something I never understood though, like what are your thoughts on like the Link is dead theory?
Well, see, I never really I watched it and then watched a game theory, obviously Matt Pat's game theory, and I'm like, you know what? It makes a lot of sense. I don't know, like I can't really speak into it. I haven't looked into it much myself or like paid attention much during the game. What are your thoughts on it? Actually, I'm kind of curious for someone who enjoys the game as much as you do.
Okay, well, for anyone that doesn't know, as they're watching this, if someone's actually watching this, like kudos to you. Holy crap! I don't know.
Why did you make it this far in the video?
This might be a major flop, but I guess we'll see. And if it does well, I guess we'll keep making more. But so Majora's Mask is my favorite Zelda game. I appreciate its depth in such a small area because we have the land of Hyrule in Ocarina of Time, where the map is just vast. It's just a large map, right? But there's not a whole lot to do in the map. Like you can run around in Hyrule Field for like 30 minutes and like not have covered the entire thing, is like step for step. But in Termina, it's a lot smaller. But there's so much more content packed into those spaces, which I think would be better. That someone might argue otherwise, but that's what I think. But in Majora's Mask, like the theory is, for anyone that doesn't know, that basically after Ocarina of Time, Link dies at some point, and the story of Majora's Mask is actually his coming to terms and coming to grips with the reality of his own death. And each of the 4 lands in Termina, there's Woodfall, Snowhead, the Great Bay, and then Stone Tower. Each of those 4 areas represents a different stage of like death. So like there's like denial, acceptance, and all that stuff. And that's the general theory. And then at the end of the game, when you defeat the final boss and you move on, it's like basically Link coming to terms with his death and moving on into the afterlife. So I personally do not want that to be true in any shape or form.
It
I
does make
actually
a lot
like
of
that.
sense. It makes a lot of sense.
It makes a lot of sense because of like how abstract the game is and how like off the beaten path the game falls compared to the other
Right.
Zeldas. But I
Right.
really don't want it to be true because like
Why?
well, hear me out. So there's a lot of things that are going on around with Breath of the Wild, but I'll get to that last. If Link is dead, that means he died as a child very soon after Ocarina of Time. And in Twilight Princess, we meet the hero Shade, which is the embodiment of the hero of time later on. But the hero Shade that we see is an adult. So, like, personally, like, not only does it not make sense for him to have been dead, it doesn't like I just don't like that.
It can't be true. I don't like it.
I don't like it. Therefore, it is not true. So for those of you guys that haven't played Twilight Princess, you basically run into this shade or this skeleton that is the spirit of the hero of time, teaching you new moves. And so yeah, that's cool. But like also like there's characters in Termina that like talk about having traveled from Hyrule, and that can't be true if Termina is actually just a separate astral plane. It has to be like an actual physical place people can travel to and from.
Right.
And also at the end of Majora's Mask, we see Link traveling through the woods again. The same woods that he used to get there. So I feel like that's also him leaving that land and returning to Hyrule. And another little cool thing that I really hope is to be true, this is just a fan theory randomly. You guys ready to hear a fan theory, Nathan?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. That was not an intentional voice crack. Basically, there's at the beginning of Breath of the Wild, from what we know, this is not spoilers, this is stuff from pre-release, that the Link in Breath of the Wild has been asleep a long time, and he's already saved Hyrule once, and then need him again. So what I really want to be true is I really want that Link to be the same Link that's the Hero of Time after Majora's Mask.
Okay.
That would be I know it's like unlikely because like Hyrule's all like beaten down and stuff, but like I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, I agree.
And that was a really like long, drawn out thing of me just talking by myself for a while.
It was like 4 minutes of you just hammering it out though. That was good.
I really love Zelda, guys.
I was just wondering, we start with a freaking question about it was Star Wars.
Yeah, dude. Well, that question fell flat on its face.
Well, I wasn't talking actually. I was just listening. But it was really interesting. I really liked to. I wasn't familiar actually with that theory that you mentioned.
Oh,
but
welcome
it
aboard.
does make sense, but
The Hoy
I also like the way you, Ryan, explain it.
Oh, thanks, man. Well, maybe I'll name this podcast Gamestalk at 2 a.m.
It's your passion.
We could talk about random stuff.
Speaking of that, let's talk about traffic.
Traffic? Why are we talking about
traffically on the 95?
traffic on the 95?
Yep, I just made that up.
Well, there is a highway near me called 985 with lots of traffic all the time at any given time of day.
We had a 94, but I couldn't commit to it. I just had to make up a fake one, apparently.
Yeah, man. Well, I don't know where this is going. Can you guys tell if you're watching this? Once again, I commend you. But like, can you tell that we're literally just flying by the seat of our pants with no script?
No script whatsoever.
Nathan, I do have a question for you actually.
Yeah.
What is the first game you can remember playing?
Oh man, okay. See, now it's tough because like we don't want to edit this out, and then I also want to be quick on this, but I want to make sure it's right. First game that I can remember playing.
Yeah, just first memory.
The first. Oh no, actually, thinking about it, it would have been the original Game Boy, and it would have been. Oh, what's it called? It's a Mario game, and it's one where I think it's one of the first ones where Wario is there, and you go around to like different places collecting these coins, and you get each and every one of these coins, and if you get these coins, then you can go face Wario. But each one of these coins are each one gets harder, and it's annoying to play more and more. But I had like, I
think the game is called Mario and Wario.
No, that's wrong.
Oh no, that's on the NSNES.
It's what is it? Mario World 3? No, that's wrong.
Yeah, SNES is what I meant to say. It might be Mario World 3, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Have you played that?
No. This is actually news to me that these games exist. So this is really cool hearing things from you.
I'm older. It's not a
that much
virtual
older
boy.
than me, dude.
I got a couple years on you.
Yeah, whatever.
Super Mario
I think.
Land?
Oh
No.
man, my very first memory of playing a game. I can't remember exactly, so I'll say both. It's either playing Donkey Kong 64 in my game room back at home.
Donkey Kong.
I was sitting in the.
You ate everything.
Well, this is like a 3D platformer, Donkey Kong, developed by the same people that developed Banjo-Kazooie. So it's a little
I
different.
hate monkeys.
Oh,
I know.
Wow.
Donkey Kong is a
Right, yes, you
monkey,
do.
but
anyway.
Remember that you hate monkeys.
Wow. Okay. But I remember sitting on my floor playing Donkey Kong, and like there was like a banana I couldn't get in the Jungle Japes episode or the Jungle Japes world, and like I had to ask my brother for help or something like that. Or this is another one. This one's kind of funny. I was sitting in an ice skating rink, on the bench because I was really bad at ice skating, and my brother had brought his Pokemon Yellow version and his Game Boy, and so he was playing on the side. And then he would go back to ice skate, and I asked him, "Hey Matt, can I play your Pokemon Yellow version while you're ice skating?" And he was like, "Absolutely not." And then I started crying because I was like 2 or 3 or something like that. And
What the heck, man?
And my mom was like, "Matt, let him play." And he was like,
See, at this point, I have to like take a shot at your mother because she doesn't know what it's like to put hundreds of hours into raising little pocket monsters and to have your little brother ruin it for you.
"Oh, dude, hold on.
I was that little
it's not
brother.
ready yet. I was that little brother too. Hold on." And so he was like, "No," and I kept crying. She was like, "Matthew Carey, you're gonna let him play this game." And he was like, "Fine." So he like gives me the game, and naturally I say, "You know what? I don't want to use my brother's Pokemon. I want to make my own save file." So
no.
I remember seeing. I think that like my brother was like 5 or 6 at the time. So like he had spent like hundreds of hours on this game, and he had finally gotten like Kabuto, and he had all the original starters. And like for a little kid, like that's a lot of investment into one Pokemon game. We could do that in like a couple days now, but
Oh yeah,
he had put a lot into this. And I remember just looking at his Kabuto and saying, I don't like that. So I turned the game off, turned it back on, and scrolled to the new game. And played for like 15 minutes maybe. And I decided I was going to ice skate again. And I was like, I should probably save my game now.
Why? You're evil.
And I deleted my brother's save file in Pokemon Yellow version.
And it was at that moment that the devil, like in hell, was like rubbing his hands together, like, just with
Yeah, I
the
remember
creepiest laugh.
doing that.
Yeah, that was a really good early memory for me in video games.
See the early like.
Oh,
the
and
earliest-
he screamed at me though. He was so pissed. I understand, but he was so
You
mad.
understand now.
He was beyond angry.
Well, for me, like Pokemon Yellow was actually the first game, and I had the Pikachu edition, Game Boy Color, and like that's what my mom bought for me. It was really expensive, so I was like very thankful for it. And I got screwed over by a kid on the bus. I don't know
Those kids in the bus, man, they get you every time.
for people that had to go to public school and that lived too far, or your parents just couldn't drive you in because it was too far to do every day. You rode the bus, and you meet some interesting people on the bus. It's kind of nice because you get to meet the people that live around you, and it's also not nice because you get to meet some of the people that live around you.
It's a double-edged sword, these people around you are both horrible and wonderful.
Yes. Well, this particular child, the guy was 2 years older than me, and so obviously when you talk to someone that's 2 years younger, you feel like there's there's a superiority that you get. Well, he had Pokemon Blue, and for the longest time in Yellow, when you start with Pikachu, I could never get past Brock. So I would just be like, screw it, I can't get past Brock, and I started over, and then I would try again. And so and obviously I was just a couple years older than you when it would have came out, so I didn't have the attention span really to be able to play through it.
And really try to actually level up to beat Brock.
Yeah.
Dude, Brock was rough if you picked Charmander or Pikachu, man.
Oh yeah, it's not easy. Well, and I'm like, oh cool, blue, and blue's my favorite color, and this kid had Pokemon Blue. What he didn't tell me was that the save was broken, so that if you were going to play through the game, you would have to play through the entire game in one sitting, because at the moment that you turned your power off, your game reset no matter what.
Did you trade your Pokemon Yellow version for his Pokemon Blue version?
He was 2 years older. He made a very good case.
You got manipulated so hard for that.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
I was so mad. And I'm like, what do I do? I don't know how to trade back. He's 2 years older than me, and I was terrified of the kid. I don't know if I ever got my Pokemon Yellow back, to be honest with you. I don't remember.
Wow, that's depressing.
At this point, I should have went to my, I should have went to my mom and just had my mom go, that kid or that kid's mom got my Pokemon Yellow back.
Do you remember his name?
Hey, Tommy on the bus? He's got my Pokemon Yellow.
What was
I
his
need
name?
it back.
Willie? I think his name was Willie?
Willie?
Yeah.
That
was
is
his
not an
nickname.
intimidating name.
It is in the country.
Well,
the
you
country?
need to get this out of your system. You need to find that guy and ask your game back.
I
track
could
him
go to
down.
his house. I'm sure he doesn't live there. Actually, no, he's in jail now. Thinking of it.
It's the guy's in jail?
Yeah,
It's like,
petty theft.
for
Oh, look at that. How did that work out for him?
two counts of petty theft, one for Pokemon Yellow, and then the other happened 20 years later.
I think he robbed an old lady. Or
Oh
it was
my
someone's-
gosh.
It was one of his friend's grandma. They all got together and robbed a grandma. Who
Oh
robs
my
a grandma?
Gosh. Holy
The
moly.
guy who steals
Dude,
a
dude,
good
freaking,
copy of Pokemon Yellow, probably.
Dude,
Yeah,
I mean,
same guys.
at least I guess him taking your Pokemon Yellow version eventually came back and bit him.
Bit him right in the butt.
Bit him right in the
Teach him.
butt.
Just walk into his jail cell and be like, you know what you did.
It's like,
Walk away.
hey, I know what you did to get here. You took my Pokemon Yellow version because you knew that I couldn't get past Brock, and I was trying real hard, and you wouldn't let me do it. And you wanted to trade.
You traded me blue knowing that your save didn't work, you
You
a-hole.
traded me this piece of poop blue version that doesn't save and you're just all kinds of bad, and you deserve to be here, and I just use your one visitor for the week. Bye.
This is your visitation time.
This is your visitation
Well, I know your
time.
mom wasn't coming anyways.
Oh, drop the
Well,
mic. Drop the mic.
work. I mean, Nathan won't be getting back his Pokemon game if he does that. What he needs to do is to actually find a good lawyer, have that guy get out of prison, and then
And then you're gonna put him freaking back.
I will persecute his back to prison.
Oh, language
Pardon my
on the
language.
podcast.
no,
Oh my god.
you need to.
Come on,
free-
it was for the
free
joke. I
him
apologize,
from
but it was for the joke.
Nathan, you monster.
But anyway,
Oh, man.
you need that guy to be on his home again, so he can return the game to you.
What are the odds that he still has the game? Like, who of us has like the
He's got it
childhood
like
game that
dude,
we
he's
first
got it like
owned?
framed above his like fireplace. It's like this is the
He
first thing I
probably
ever
has
stole.
it on a shelf.
This is the first thing I ever took
As a
from somebody.
kleptomaniac, I
like
frame
a
things that I
trophy.
steal.
Oh,
It is like a trophy.
Alright.
This took a dark turn.
This did just take a dark turn, and I think it's a good time for us to end. We've been talking for about 23 minutes, I believe. I haven't really looked at it, but
What was the theme of the
the
podcast?
theme of the
again?
podcast was games and memories and theft.
And petty theft.
And petty theft. And moral of the story is if you steal Pokemon Yellow version from a child, you will end up in jail for petty theft.
You will eventually steal from a grandma. Remember
Yes.
that.
Fact.
Don't steal from grandmas.
You know, I'm kind of worried about my future at this point because I deleted my brother's save file.
Well, so summarizing, let's save in files.
All
Someone's
right.
gonna wipe your entire computer for that.
Oh, dude. Holy crap. That's not even funny. I have so much stuff on here.
It's almost as bad as like an argument. It's like, I hope your headphones break.
I have an extra pair.
I hope both your headphones. I'm saying like if you have one
I'm just
pair of
messing with
headphones,
you,
you're like,
dude. I'm just trying to shoot down your argument. All right. Well,
I know.
for those of you guys that joined us on this podcast, thank you so much for watching. If you made it through this whole thing, why? Please tell us in the comment section below why this was interesting to you, and if
it's
we
a
should
very
keep doing
light
this.
clap to you for
Yes.
watching all the way through this. I appreciate it.
Yeah, this is a little light applause for me too.
There's a possibility that you watching to this point will make us do it again, which is kind of
Yeah,
fun.
that is a possibility because we did this at 2 a.m. and we're both very tired people. So thank you guys so much
I don't really
for.
know if I want to do this again.
You don't have to be here. Don't worry. You're a special guest this first time. But
Oh,
anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for joining us on the first 2 a.m. Games and Stuff podcast or whatever we're going to end up naming it. If you want to see more, leave a like, leave a comment, and tell us what you think. Y'all stay classy and we'll see
love
you. We do love you, and stay classy and we'll see you in the next one.